It was my father's fervent wish that when he came to the end of his days, that he be buried in a simple soldier's ceremony. This was in keeping with his idea that he was but a soldier doing his duty, a citizen serving his country. We have waited 27 years to fulfill that wish that he left us with. But we are here today, and we are able to grant him that wish. In keeping with his desires, we will keep these ceremonies simple. And it is left to the family, and I speak in their behalf, on behalf of the Marcos family, to thank all those who actually helped and made this day a reality. We thank President Rodrigo Duterte for his recognition of my father's service to the nation. We thank all the members of the Armed Forces of the Philippines who have here come to pay their last respects to their former Commander-in-Chief. We thank all the members of the Philippine National Police for the support that they have given us in these ceremonies that we are having today. And to the Filipino people for their continuing support of my father's dream of unity and progress for our country. So let today be the first day amongst many days and months and years of our continuing to work for the unity and the progress of our country. Let us be the heroes that my father asked us all to be, and finally bring the Filipino nation together, and finally bring the Filipinos to greatness.
I would die 1,000 deaths and more for my motherland. Ferdinand Edrelin Marcos, former President of the Republic of the Philippines, a legislator, a Secretary of National Defense, a World War II veteran, a Medal of Valor awardee, a soldier lived with such fervent duty and loyalty in serving his countrymen. Major Ferdinand Edrelin Marcos was regarded as the most decorated hero of the World War II for receiving high honors and commendations, which include the Medal of Valor. Selfless service, integrity, and personal courage defined his extraordinary accomplishments as a young Filipino soldier who was subjected to torture by oppressors, fought in desolate battlefields, and conquered the Japanese invasion in the country, battles of Pesang Pass, and the infamous Death March.
When the Philippines obtained independence, his undying commitment to service continued as he pursued his political career after topping the bar examination in 1939 with 98% rating, the highest record in Philippine history. Ferdinand Marcos was elected thrice as representative of Ilocos Norte from 1949 to 1959. He became the Senate President from 1963 to 1965, where he was regarded as one of the legislators who introduced the most number of significant bills. A war hero, Ferdinand Edrelin Marcos later served as Secretary of National Defense in 1965. Carrying the same mission of serving his country and fellow, Ferdinand Edrelin Marcos was elected thrice as President of the Republic of the Philippines from 1965 to 1986. As one of the youngest elected president in history, he made a vision for the Philippines. This nation can be great again, and began realizing it by establishing numerous state colleges and universities, iconic infrastructure projects, primary healthcare facilities, and enacting rural electrification program, among others. He also led educational reforms which widened free access to schools, agrarian reforms which led to the country's food sufficiency record, and labor reforms and opportunities which boosted employment potentials of Filipinos here and abroad.
Today, we honor a true patriot who willingly sacrificed his life for his country and people. For almost 3 decades of waiting, we have come to the right time to finally lay him to rest, to where he wished to be laid, beside his fellow soldier and comrades. If there are no heroines now, from whom will future generations derive their inspiration? He said. May we then be all heroes in our own ways, as President Ferdinand Edwin Marcos did his own toll in big battles of life and create the best vision for the next generation, the great vision which he inherited from his promise. For every tear you shed, there will be a victory.
As we put him to rest, may we, the people of the Republic of the Philippines, finally unite this politically divided nation and uphold the spirit of true reconciliation. With one mind, one heart, one soul, and one spirit, let us embrace national peace, healing, and unity. Salamat, Apo. Salamat, President Ferdinand Edwin Marcos.